Well, I think we have a team out there that is motivated to win every game. Certainly, I remind them that we don't like to lose. Sometimes we take draws as a loss, especially when we're supposed to win. We also understand, Jada, that it's MLS and no game is ever easy. So I think the mood of the training has been good, but it's always good. I mean, they're always. I loved listening to Steph in Cleveland. I mean, the locker room, the guys pushing themselves, holding each other accountable. I think we've got that with this group. So I think training was good this week.
This is the dog days of summer here. You got 6 games in the month of July. But you guys have guys in and out of the lineup, injuries and stuff. Josh and Ethan and Danny, the younger guys, is this what you envisioned for those guys? Is this why you got them a little playing time and for this stretch here where they're going to play?
Well, I don't know if that's what we envisioned. I mean, look, if a kid like Josh breaks through and he started the first couple games and he started again, that's what we envisioned for some of our young guys to actually break through and become starters. With some of the other guys, do they get training with us and games at Defiance? I think there's a path for each individual player. So in general, we'd love to have some more. Jordan Morris, as he just got off the field. DeAndre, we'd love to get more of those guys. Cristian, I consider him a homegrown. Basically, he was at the UW. That's what we'd like to develop for sure.
But in terms of the fact that you're going to need them, lean on
Yeah,
them now.
yeah, we're going to need everybody. You guys saw the news yesterday. I mean, Cristian leaving, Alex leaving. We're getting pretty thin.
With that in mind, Coach, how much do you right now maybe start to experiment or get guys going in positions where you might need them once Alex and Cristian are gone?
You're talking about for this Colorado game?
Or in practice, in general,
Yeah, we do train different formations, Nico.
Yeah, so are you already kind of putting guys in formations where,
Well, we're training for Colorado first.
Okay.
So we got to make sure we're good there.
1 week at a time.
One game at a time. And then we got Houston, short turnaround. We might experiment for that game. How about that?
All right.
Okay.
With that kind of, maybe kind of a little bit, I mean, you had the conversations with Alex as far as his possibility of being called up. You don't know about injuries, but how much of an effect is that going to be now that it's true that he's going to be?
Next man up, Jada. Next man up. Kellen Rowe can play there. Ethan Doubleair was getting some repetitions down at Defiance as an outside wingback. And we've got options.
With Alex, I saw that El Salvador's playing a game, I guess, on Saturday. I don't know if they were planning on having a pre-camp. Was there any discussion with Hugo and El Salvador about when Alex was going to report? Or,
There was.
And how did that go?
There was. But a deal was reached.
What is it?
Well, Alex is going to stay with us through Houston.
How is he?
Nico? Nuhu? Well, you guys saw him running out there. He can run. Actually, today we had to take him out. He wanted to play more, so I know he's feeling better. But we just got to make sure that we get him over the hump because, again, look, it's one game here, maybe the Houston game. He comes back. I mean, he's getting closer. If you watch him run, he's looking good.
Coach, with the kind of success that the team is having, does that make your job easier as a coach to talk to them, or makes it harder?
Obviously, when we're winning, it's always the mood is a little bit better, Felipe. It's better. I mean, I'm sure that's true in any sport. I mean, when you have success, the player's in a little bit better mood. You still have conversations, tough conversations though, because there's always playing time. Guys all want to play, including the young guys. So those are sometimes challenging, but it certainly is easier.
Ryan? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What stands out about Colorado and the players that you guys have faced?
Yeah, they're a dark horse. I mean, a lot of the pundits, a lot of you experts might think that they're good. So Acosta got called in. Their forwards. I mean, we know Barrios very well. Whether they play 5 at the back, 4 at the back, we'll see. Abukar is a good player. mean, it's a decent team.
What are your thoughts on Cole Bassett? His
Good.
abilities?
Yeah, up and coming young player. He's going to get a taste of national team duty and stuff like that. He's decent.
With Bill retiring, do you have any? With Bill retiring, do you have any? What are like some good stories? I guess.
With who retiring?
Bill, right? Bill.
Bart.
Oh my God! Sorry. Sorry.
Well, Bart was obviously a big member of our organization. We'd like to wish him all well, the best in his next endeavor. But sometimes change happens. I mean, Jada, there'll be a time when I leave too, and you guys all miss me.
Do you have any good stories with him now?
Yeah, none that I could share.
Hey Brian, just how important, while you're still here, how important is it for defensively to stay compact in the middle in this team?
It's always any formation, any squad, the distance between, and again, I love Cleveland talking about how Freddie and Raul and Will like to defend. From those three guys to your back line, you always try and stay compact. We also defend inside out, so we stay here and we push out as we defend. So, two key components for sure.
You've had Point Dempsey, Oba.
Those two guys didn't need to defend; they just score goals. I mean,
Right, but on that, prolific strikers, how do you message them to play defense, or is that actually naturally?
No, those guys, look, they're all competitive. Clint Nova could be the best combination of our forwards in our history. I don't know, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But the fact of the matter is that they defended. In big games, they always defended. Maybe it's not the defending that you see Nuhu do or Yaimar or Shane, maybe not, but they all defend. Some of the important roles as a forward is cutting the field in half, making sure staying high on goal kicks is one of our themes. I mean, they go from trying to score, and they might miss a shot close in. Well, they can't react by saying, oh my God, I just missed that, and go like this. No, they got to get in position because we want to stay high on goal kicks. So there's a lot of little things that forwards have to do, and Raul, Freddie, and Will do all those things.
After looking at the film of the game, did you come away feeling more encouraged or discouraged by encouraged by what you did right or discouraged by?
Our possession's getting better. That's what I would say. Getting better.
Is that because guys are moving in space to open up the possession, or they're hitting under the ball?
Just overall, our possession got better. We struggled there a little bit against Atlanta and Austin, and I think it's gotten a little better.
How much of the talk was, defensively? We talked about they kind of spread that three-man back line a little bit with the right players. How much do you guys talk about that? And maybe
We talked about that. Barrios is going to be a handful. So we'll see. They play with two forwards, not three, but they can also play 4-4-2 and put Barrios out on the wing. Maybe they do that. So we'll have to watch for that. But we certainly, we corrected some of those things. Or we'll try and correct some of those things.
And Colorado, they've been on a rest since the 26th. I think they had a longer time to just not play. Is that an advantage, disadvantage, do you think?
We'll see. I mean, they might be rusty. They might be fresh.
What are the travel plans for this team? I know you guys have gone back and forth about when to get to high altitude.
We're going the day before. We'll train and travel. Normal stuff that we've, players are used to it. Chartering's nice, though. It's really nice.
Steph Cleveland mentioned that Nico's been a big presence in the locker room, even as he's recovering from injury. With a couple of big guys out, what have you made of their leadership and contributions to the team, even if they might not be on the...
Yeah. Steph, Jordan DeLem, they're all come into the locker room in good spirits. It's a tight group. This year's a really tight group. I would say it ranks right up there with some of the best that we've had. And I think it's a real collective. Starts with the captains, but then it filters throughout the whole team. Cleveland does a great job. Yaimar's good in the locker room. Cristian, obviously. We have a few characters. I mean, someone has to babysit the young kids at times, but, it's a good group.
Brian, is there a process plan with Stephen Fry to get him
Yeah,
back in?
yeah.
And what is
I can't say.
Is there a timetable at all?
Nope.
There's not yet. And
When
that's
he's
the same-
ready, he will play.
And that's the same for Nico, too.
Same with Nico.
You've had to play with a relatively short bench basically all year. I don't know if you've had a game yet where you've been able to have all 20 field players. How big of an issue is that, and how much of that is just is it not? I mean, it's not an issue.
It's an issue. Ask Garth that question. It's an issue. On a serious note, you want me to answer it seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna come up. Because look, you got 2 days rest in between Houston, and then you got a little bit of a break, and then a horrible week. It's gonna affect us.
Would you expect any more signings based on that, or hope for any more signings between now and the end of July?
Yeah. We're gonna sign some players.
Another younger player from the academy.
Maybe.
International.
The academy group did pretty good. I mean, they lost yesterday to PDA, but they looked pretty good. Juan?
Jerry, go ahead.
Oh, in reading, I read something about Victor Rodriguez. Have you had any conversation
No.
with him?
No.
Is that a fantasy?
No. Haven't spoken to him. Great player. MLS Cup MVP.
Yeah, I was just curious if you missed your Zoom background.
Yeah.
No beach, no.
No beach, no kids. I mean,
Green screen though.
I love these two gentlemen. Actually, Corey's okay too. But Matt and Alex do a great job. It's been hard for all of you guys in the press. I get it. I'm happy to be here, happy to talk more. I mean, but we got to go. But we love having everybody back. I think it's great. It's good for these guys. It's good to be back safe, Jada. That's what I would say.